Hello and welcome to this episode of The Hidden Medium. Since last episode was a little more lovey-dovey, family, cushy feelings, I figured this episode we'd go with a little levity and talk about some prankster ghosts. These ones were actually a lot of fun. I have actually 4 pictures. We'll see how many I get into this episode. I may just do 2 and 2 and break it up a little bit. So this first picture is of a hallway, and you see the door and a water cooler mat. So I get this picture sent to me from a friend of mine. Now, she works in a medical examiner's office. So, of course, don't know what to expect. There's a decent amount of bodies and body fluids and such. She's a forensic toxicologist. So I always tell people that she plays around with blood and semen, but according to her, she works mostly with eye fluid, which, I don't know, all seems a little gross, but she loves it. So that's all that matters. All right, so this picture she sends to me. I look at it, and the first thing I get right out of the gate is that quintessential scene from Scooby-Doo. I don't know if you've watched any Scooby-Doo cartoons when you were a kid, but there was always a scene after they revealed who the ghost or the bad guy was, that they would be getting chased by the bad guy, and they'd be in a hallway going from one door to the other one, in and out of the doors, crossing the hallways. That's what I got from this picture. So essentially, these spirits, there's 4 of them, and they are living their best afterlife. I don't know if it's a body that came across the ME's office or if they used to work there, but these 4 are having so much fun there. So they like to go to the right and flush toilets, and then cut across the hallway to the left and move papers around. And while they're doing this back and forth, they keep bumping into the water cooler, and they keep moving the mat at the door. So it's just, those things are just happening as they're cutting back and forth. They love when somebody gets freaked out by a toilet flushing on its own. Think it's weird, so they think it's hysterical. And when people get frustrated because the mat or the water cooler's moved, again, these prankster ghosts are just laughing about it. So it was very entertaining. So that evening, I see my girlfriend that sent me the picture. She says that one of her coworkers was saying that they need to call a plumber because one of the toilets in the bathroom keep flushing on its own. Another coworker who's been there for a while said there's nothing wrong with the toilets, they just flush on their own. They think the place is haunted, which what prompted my girlfriend to take the picture and send it to me, because it's totally haunted. So I was telling her initially the Scooby-Doo scene, and she started cracking up. So she says oftentimes, someone will go up to the water cooler and they're like, who keeps shifting the water cooler over and moving it? Or who keeps shifting the mat over and moving it back? So we were laughing. I was like, yeah, they're just prankster ghosts. Like, they just love going back and forth and watching the humans get either frustrated or just entertained by the whole scene. This picture cracked me up because these 4 prankster ghosts they are literally living their best afterlife, just pranking humans. And it's funny. It was pretty entertaining. And they're not going anywhere either. They're liking their afterlife. That's picture number 1. Then I got picture number 2. Picture number 2, my girlfriend sent to me. She already knows there's 4 prankster ghosts. She took this picture and she said, I feel like the prankster ghosts are around. Do you get anything from this picture? So as I'm looking at it, I'm all I'm seeing is they're hiding. They're hiding behind the desks or the chairs. As soon as she went to take the picture, they're hiding. So I texted her back and I said, you need to get in the picture. Take it like a selfie. So she did. She trusts in me. She takes a selfie. So I do have a picture, the picture that you're seeing in the video now, and then I do have one with her head in it as a selfie. But since I cover everyone's faces anyway, I figured I'll just stick with the one stock picture. So she sends me the selfie picture, and lo and behold, they all are jumping out from behind the desks and the chairs and getting in the selfie, like as if they are photobombing her. So I text her that information, and I'm hysterical. I'm like, these ghosts are so funny. Like, I'm so glad she loves her job and has no intentions on leaving, because these prankster ghosts are just going to make for such great content for me. So there she is in her selfie with all the prankster ghosts popping out and joining in. And I said, it's official. You are one of them now. They know they're around, and you're just one of their clan now. So what's going to happen? They jumped in the selfie with her, and now she's part of the crew. So that's picture number 2. I have picture number 3 and 4. So be sure and stay tuned for their recording, because again, they are entertaining. And I really sincerely hope there's way more to come from these prankster ghosts, because they're very when you're on their side, it's very entertaining. But when you're a human that gets either freaked out by toilets flushing on their own, or when they mess with you and your computer's not working properly, it could be really frustrating. But when it's not you, it's kind of funny. So stay tuned for the next 2 pictures in the next episode of the Emmy's Office. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Hidden Medium. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends or on your social media. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit the icon, because there are many more readings and life stories to be told.